Hello, in this video we're going to take a look at some linear equations that are a little bit more involved. Our first example, we've got 5/3 x plus 1 equals 1/3 plus 1/3 x. Well, the part about this one that is the most intimidating is the fractions. When you have an equation, meaning you have an equal sign, with fractions, we can get rid of those fractions by multiplying by our LCD. So in our denominator here, we've got a 3. This one doesn't have a denominator, it's just a plus 1, but we could think of it as over 1, which won't affect our LCD. On the right-hand side, we have 3's are the only thing in our denominator there, so our LCD for all of these fractions is going to be 3. If we multiply by that LCD of 3, then we can get rid of those fractions. The hardest part about this is remembering to multiply everything, not just the fractions. So we cannot forget to multiply that plus 1 by our LCD of 3. But if we multiply everything by 3, each term, everything separated by plus, minus, or equals is considered a term. We're going to multiply each term by 3. We'll get rid of all of those fractions because 3 times 5/3, those 3's are going to divide out and we'll be left with just that numerator of 5 times our x. And then we'll get 3 times 1 is 3. And then 3 times 1/3 is 1. And 3 times 1/3 x is going to be 1x, or just x. And then now we have a linear equation that we're a little more used to. Get all of our x's on one side, get everything that doesn't have an x on the other side. So I'm going to subtract this 3 from both sides. And I'm going to, this is a plus x, so I'm going to subtract x from both sides. So when we do that, we'll get 5x minus x. Make sure that those are like terms. They both have to be x to the first power. And we get a 4x plus 3 and minus 3 add to 0. On the right-hand side, we get 1 minus 3 is a negative 2. And then plus x minus x adds to 0. Divide by 4 to get our x by itself. And we are left with x equals negative 2/4, and that'll reduce to negative 1/2. Now, I strongly encourage you to always check your answers on these. And the way we're going to check it is we're going to plug in the solution that we got into our original function. So when we check, we want 5/3 times negative 1/2 plus 1, we want to make sure that that's equal to 1/3 plus 1/3 times our solution of negative 1/2. So 5/3 times negative 1/2 simplifies to negative 5/6. Go ahead and leave that plus 1 for right now. Leave the 1/3, and then 1/3 times negative 1/2 is negative 1/6. In order to add these fractions, we need to get a common denominator. Our common denominator here is going to be 6. We've got 6, 1, 3, and 6. So our common denominator is going to be 6. So instead of 1, we're going to think of this as 6/6. And instead of 1/3, we're going to think of this as 2/6. So negative 5/6 plus 6/6 is equal to 1/6. And we want to see if that's the same as our right-hand side. 2/6 minus 1/6 is also equal to 6. So we get a true statement. So that means x equals negative 1/2 is our solution. Now let's look at another example. This one doesn't have fractions, but it has decimals in our coefficients. So here we have 0.6t equals 0.1 plus 0.7t. Now notice how all of these our number, our coefficient, goes out to the tenths place. So that means if we multiply by 10, we can get this all to be whole numbers. So you can work with it either with the fractions, or we can do a similar approach as what we did on the last one and multiply everything by 10 to get it to be whole numbers. So if we multiply, all of our coefficients are in the tenths place, so we are going to multiply everything here by 10. We're going to distribute that to every term. Remember, terms are separated by a plus, minus, or equal sign. On the left-hand side, we only have one term. 0.6t times 10 is 6t. On the right-hand side, we have 0.1 times 10 is going to move that decimal over one place, and we'll get 1. And then 0.7t times 10 is 7t. And we want to get all of our t's on one side, so I'm going to subtract 7t from both sides. And when I subtract that, we get negative t on the left, and then we get 1, and our 7t's add to 0. And then we can divide everything by -1, and we get t is equal to -1. Before we say that's our solution, let's go ahead and check. So if we check this one again, we want to plug into the original. So we get 0.6 times -1 equals 0.1 plus 0.7 times -1. On the left-hand side, we're going to get 0.6 times -1 is -0.6. On the right-hand side, we get 0.1, and then 0.7 times -1 is -0.7. When we subtract on the right-hand side, we do get a -0.6. So that works, and our solution is t equals -1. All right, I'll see you guys next time.